a daddy Mac. Dan's 30 years got our way, trading life and markets every day. Rusty's chained to the mines, digging deep day by day. But when Option Omega releases new features, he's free to come out and play. Option Omega, you're trading home, where every move makes you feel less alone.
There it is.
There it is. Good morning, everybody. Hope you guys are doing well today.
Morning.
On the show, I'm going to straight into it. We've got so much content today. Oh my gosh. I know you guys, little army wants to come for the content. Here we are. So here's the content. I'm going to straight away tell you. I've been making breakfast bowls in the morning. It's being snowed in. And I tried something that I never wanted to try in my life, but I just did it because I need to be an adult. And I put red sauerkraut in a bowl, and I tried to start eating it. But what I realized, first off, have you ever had red sauerkraut?
Not by design, no.
Not by choice, yeah.
Okay, I've had sauerkraut. I'm going to ask the dumbest question of the day.
Please.
Is sauerkraut cabbage?
It's a mix, mostly, yeah.
Okay.
It's a mix.
My German roots,
Germans
parents would be unhappy with me not knowing that, but I think it's cabbage, right? Fermented cabbage.
Yeah.
So here's the thing, I've had red cabbage before. Dan, have you ever had I've had red pickled cabbage and red cabbage, but it's not sauerkraut.
No, you can do red cabbage with coleslaw is wonderful. But they had a German restaurant in Chicago, Berghoff, and you could put on your bratwurst a little sauerkraut. Was good, but it's do you like that ferment or not?
No, I hate that ferment. I'm trying to get used to I literally ordered 40. My wife was not happy. I got a delivery yesterday of 40 different types of pickles.
Yeah.
I'm trying just to drown myself in fermentation. And so sauerkraut, red sauerkraut, eggs. Now this is where the sauerkraut, I figured out that's my secret. I can fry an egg up, mix it with sauerkraut, put some hot sauce on it, sriracha or I got a probiotic hot sauce because I'm all about the fermentation.
What? How's that a thing? That's incredible. A probiotic hot sauce?
Well, I'll let you know. I mean, it wasn't bad, but here's the kicker. And today I like to do something special for myself every morning. I like to give myself a little Christmas present every morning. And my Christmas present this morning, was
Christmas present every morning.
Lamb bacon. They had some at the store the other day, my little local co-op.
I've never seen that before. Lamb bacon.
One package left. Incredibly too expensive for
Where, Three Rivers? Did you go?
Three Rivers, yep.
Lamb bacon. Okay, that would be a place that would have, yeah.
Lamb bacon, everybody. So lamb bacon, red sauerkraut, egg, sriracha bowl. Come to my restaurant.
Wow.
Opening soon. It was baller.
Troy's on the river.
That's right.
And by river, we mean we're going to dig a ditch out back and run it to the creek, which eventually runs to the river. Troy's on the river, opening next week.
I wonder, but I did think about this. I read a lot about this before I went to bed the other night, and I'm interested now because we have listeners all over the world. Let's just go ahead and do this. We've got a couple minutes. I think it's time. We've talked about Waffle House. We've talked about Cracker Barrel.
Yeah.
It's time to do the number one debate. And the number one debate is, what's the best bacon in the world?
Wow. Those are like fighting words for a lot of, bacon.
Yeah.
Depends on what part of the country. Bacon.
I know. It's so localized. I know.
Yeah.
Man, listen, I'm a talker. I'll just say my piece quickly and then be out because I've only ever had turkey bacon and regular bacon.
Chat put it in there too as he's going.
Okay. I will say this. I have the Kirkland's Costco bacon down to a science in my air fryer. It is, I have it down to a science. How long I cook it, when I rotate it, all that, it is perfect. And I didn't even I've heard of beef bacon. I didn't even know lamb bacon exists. I do think if I go to a nice restaurant and they have lamb, I try to get lamb because it's delicious. Aldi actually is a great spot for lamb, but we're off bacon. Dan, weigh in because all I've had is turkey and pork bacon. I guess bacon. We're just gonna call it bacon.
Yeah, me
I
too.
would rank turkey bacon below bacon.
Yeah, turkey bacon. I mean, turkey bacon seems healthier. You can get that. They different brands on that. Welshire. They have what's another one? Applegate. If you want to try healthier or something like that, but that doesn't mean good. When you're talking like Tennessee and you're talking good bacon, I mean, I would defer to Troy and people, and they know their bacon. Am I right, Troy? I mean, they
Yeah.
Oh, I've got
they know a good bacon.
I
Matt,
actually have a story about this.
tell me.
I would do something. I need Troy's permission though, because it'd be talking about somebody when they're not here. It'd be talking about somebody else from Option Omega. Is it okay to tell a bacon story about somebody else from Option Omega?
Dude, I love gossip.
So we're going to talk about Rusty for a second. Don't tell him I told this. Don't tell him I'm telling you the story, but was making breakfast for Rusty. Rusty and I have known each other for quite some time, and was making breakfast for Rusty, and he hates turkey bacon. And it was in a period in my life when I was trying to eat healthier, which has been my whole life since about 6th grade. And at this time, I was experimenting with different things, and I was doing the thing you just said, Dan. I was like, turkey bacon's going to be healthier, and so I had both turkey bacon and regular bacon.
Same day.
Not just same day, same pan.
Oh,
So
yeah.
Rusty sees the turkey bacon and kind of is not in. I'll just say this: he was not interested in turkey bacon. And I made some bacon in the pan, and then I made turkey bacon in the pan.
Mhm.
And he loved the turkey bacon and didn't know it was turkey bacon because it was cooked in the bacon grease. He was like, "That's the best bacon I've ever had." I was like,
Wow.
"It was turkey
Look at this
bacon."
guy. Yeah.
And listen, 2 people stopped watching at the story, but I'll just say that the grease matters a lot. That I think that may be one of the big differences is that turkey bacon, it just cooks so differently. With
There's only one answer.
Yeah.
Time's up. There's only one answer.
Oh, that's
Oh my
Benson's.
gosh.
Wow.
Okay.
Can I just tell you guys a story about Benton's bacon?
Yeah.
Wow. Look at that.
It's Canadian
I didn't mean to
bacon or is that regular bacon?
There's a guy named Alan Benton who is a local guy, Madisonville, Tennessee, was humbly making his bacon and his pigs and things like that. And one day he came up, a chef from a local resort called Blackberry Farms stumbled upon it. And years later, this guy's been on Oprah. Like, he's world fit. People fly in Benton's bacon from all over the world. Now, people say this like facetiously, like, "Oh, my bacon's famous in the world." Just look him up. Look up Alan Benton. The dude is literally a legend. He is a celebrity. I've had the honor of meeting him multiple times and touring his shop. And people, I don't like it when people are like, "Oh, it's the best food." Well, it's like, well, any bacon's really good, and I agree with that. Exactly. There's too much bacon, said no one ever. Everybody loves bacon. That's also correct. Turkey bacon's delicious. It's not bacon, but it's delicious. So I just want to tell you, Benton's is by far the best. Like Garden and Gun magazine, all these people, like, just look up best bacon in the world.
Garden and Gun magazine. I love that.
I've heard of Garden and Gun. Yes. That's a Southern magazine, right?
Southern magazine, yeah.
What a combination. I love it. Garden.
They're, his products are just world famous. And the thing about it is, I'm trying to find, I've got it in my fridge.
Is he known for his thick bacon? I don't see a lot of thin bacon there, Troy.
No. There's no. Here's what he's known for. He uses a legacy pig, I think is what they call them. Like, so he uses an old world pig,
Okay. Not GMO, non-GMO pig.
non-GMO. He ages the meat before he smokes it. And so it's aged and smoked bacon.
Mm.
And so I kid you not, the number one complaint I ever see from it, or people who don't like it, is they basically say, like, that's it. It's basically bacon for people who like Isla Scotch. And Isla Scotch is known for its peatiness, for its smokiness. That is the equivalent. But if you like Isla Scotch, there is no other Scotch. Isla Scotch is the best. Shout out Romeo. And so it's that. It's just pure smoke. It's just smoky goodness, thick smoky goodness. And like, it's wonderful. And I want to encourage all of you to come to Massive. If we ever do a conference,
The summit, SPX Summit.
Benton's bacon will be one of the like gift bag things.
You get that at the local grocery stores here?
Co-op.
You can.
Yeah.
Oh, you can at the okay. So
Yeah. Yep.
Hmm.
So shout out Black Forest bacon, very famous type of bacon. Definitely have had that.
Forest, yeah.
So listen, anyway, I think that works it out for the day. But I almost did the show from Waffle House yesterday. I decided against better judgment to do it, and here we are. But Matt,
Yeah.
when I'm kind of leading this thing, I've noticed a bad habit about myself. I just kind of want to talk about breakfast food at this point.
I'm ready to roll into biscuits and gravy, which you can make from bacon grease. But
Oh yeah, you can't.
look at back
Also,
test?
red eye gravy. That's tomorrow's show. Red eye gravy's insane.
Red eye gravy.
I didn't know. Now listen, I was Southern. I didn't know about this because I'm younger, but it's a thing. Coffee, basically black coffee, grease, and salt. Red eye gravy.
Oh, that sounds horrible.
Oh,
say
I
that.
don't know.
I mean, just it's horrible in terms of
I know,
but
I know.
taste is probably great.
but like I said, like I think
We do have a bacon expert in the chat.
yeah. Shout
I've
out
got
Maria.
Rob. Rob is a bacon expert.
I think we should probably look at some tests. Market is up. Market just goes up. Market went up a lot yesterday.
Isn't that wild, huh?
And not only did it go up, it was actually the worst of both worlds because it went up and vol died.
Well,
Yeah.
So,
the curse of all.
which usually means like I scalped a little bit, some short positions throughout the day. But you know, you got to be careful because basically when vol's dying like that, it's basically telling you like, we ain't got no fear no more. And when you're approaching an all-time high with the same signal saying we ain't got no fear no more, that's makes for some fun stuff. So,
and I mean VIX 9 days below 15 now. It's just anemic.
One more thing about bacon, I'm gonna let Matt drive, but Rob and Maria, that's 100% correct, and I can't stress that enough. Like every Southern home, my home has bacon grease.
I have one as well.
We literally have a jar of bacon grease.
Yes.
Dan, Chicago, did you guys have jars of grease on your stove?
Not that I was aware of. I mean, Grandma who lived with us, would. I don't know how much grease. I'm sure there was some, but somebody just put in the chat about Folgers coffee. Definitely our house strength Folgers coffee. Oh, that's grease. Okay,
That's just grease. You just keep the grease on the stove.
Yeah. So
the grease.
can I put a shout out to the chat because I actually need some help with this. Chat, I need some help from some experts. I'm a air fryer guy, and you know I have been evaluating an air fryer that doesn't have a bunch of plastic on the inside, because when you get the grease, like you're getting it straight out of the pan, right? At the bottom of the pan if I make it in the air fryer. And I've stopped eating it because I'm pretty sure I'm eating a bunch of melted Teflon in there too. So chat, does anybody have a stainless air fryer that they recommend? Send me a DM. My DMs are open on the Discord. I do need help with this because I'm thinking about adding a stainless steel air fryer to have 2 air fryers. And, you know, I just don't want to eat a bunch of melted plastic in my bacon grease. So if chat, I need help. And chat, I need help on something else. You guys ready to look at a back test? Is anybody ready to look at the back test? Okay. So here's the first thing we're going to do. This is a back test we've seen before. Let's cue this up the way that people like. Faces on the side, backtest in the middle. We've seen this before. Philip, Kyle, you guys rock. People are already dropping. If you have one of those air fryers, 3 air fryers already, send me a DM. I'm not joking. Let me know how you like it. What is this? What is this? This is a back test we did before the show on Thursday the 13th. Okay. Troy, do you want to take a crack at what this back test is?
Listen, I'm not going to let you play my game that I play with you. I'm going to go eat some bacon real quick. I'll be right back. This is making me hungry.
So, this is simply, Dan, we talk about these Thursday plays. This is a long strangle on Thursdays. We did, Dan and I talked about this on the show, if memory serves me, like a couple months ago. I figured it was time for a revisit. So here's what's different about it. It's a 1 DTE back test. And the whole idea for this was a beginner back test. Dan, we were trading this where we put it on at 10 in the morning and then exited that same day on a 1 DTE. And why can that be helpful for a beginner to exit a trade that's not a 0 DTE trade?
Why would it be helpful to exit it like the day before the expiration?
Yeah. Do you remember what one of our hypotheses was? I know we both slept since then. It's been like 3 months.
I forget, but I mean, I'm just speaking of a long string in general, not going into the next day cause you less pain.
That's it. That's what I was thinking too. I think that's what we said. It doesn't go to 0. You still have a day.
Right. It'll usually be more forgiving because there's that hope of that next day for the strangle that, it'll hold some of its value, because that's the thing that terrifies people on a long
debit trade,
long strangle, Rick, any of these trades. The theta is just mind numbing.
Yeah.
Right?
So
you lose 30, 40% very quickly. And for a beginner, that's not going to go over real well to start out and lose 2 40%ers or 2 30%ers. So this is definitely, as Matt said, forgiving. What would be on this one, Matt? Since we're calling this a beginner beginner back test, not a beginner trade. On the trade log, what's kind of the dollars you're paying for this thing?
Well, you're losing about 50, and you're paying about anywhere from $1 to $2, depending on what vol is doing. Okay. And here's what I want to show. I want to show a couple things. First of all, we kind of take this for granted. If you have OO automation, you can literally automate this with 1 click. Now, there's better back tests, so I'll drop this link. Don't automate this one. Tweak on a little bit. You can also model it with 1 click as well. So if we bring up the modeling tool, you'll see it's pretty straightforward. You got to move, right? The longer we go in time, and again, this is going on a day, the wrong day, a couple days early, but you just got to have movement. So if we move quickly, you get some positive price action. Now, what I want to do is this. Here's a little trick I like to do. We ran this back test 11-12. So I'm just going to copy this. I'll show you my little trick here. Boom, boom. How has this done since we last did it? That's the question. Since we last had this on the show, how has this back test done? As you can see, it had a huge winner right after we did the show, Dan. I was not running this back test. It had a 900% winner. Look at this chaos. This, I don't know if anybody remembers it. I sure don't. But if we go back, we had a Thursday where we were chilling for a couple hours and then had a very, very large move. And you basically 10x'd this back test.
And I think, don't you think, Matt, I think on these type of trades, that's why short term, one thing to keep, look at catalysts. It's always nice to have catalysts when you're doing this type of a trade. And if you're putting it on Thursday, there's always plenty of news and events coming out Wednesday night.
Yeah.
Earnings, FOMC that hit Thursday. Yes. And so that's why, I think that's so
I'm going to drop this in the chat, but here's what I need help from the chat with. Like this thing is born to lose, baby. It's that fighter,
Right.
who's born to lose. They're just setting up the knockout blow. And every now and then you get a knockout blow, like we had literally the week after we had this on the show. I'll have to go back and watch that because I vaguely remember saying, hey, I think that back test would have done really well. But here's the thing. This requirement is pretty important. And if we take this requirement off, this VIX overnight down, I'll just take the VIX off entirely and we run this, we're going to see what happens. And my question is, can we find a back test that trades on Thursdays that performs like this? I don't know why I'm switching off of this. It's done already. Here it is without that signal. And what you can see is you really need that signal. It's kind of crazy to me, by the way. I mean, this shows me that options are a lot of the time fairly priced, even on Thursday. But it's kind of crazy to me, just that little signal makes such a difference on this back test. And so my question is there a way that we can find this back test where we get more trades, we can trade it more often, get more opportunities to hit those home runs, and expand the chances? I have a few thoughts on it. No firm ideas, but maybe instead of VIX being down, maybe a max up move on VIX might be good. We are taking it off a day early, right? Like that's part of it, is that we're trading it like a 0 DTE, even though it's a 1 DTE, which, Dan, as you mentioned, you have a little bit of theta working in your favor because there's still a day when you take this thing off at the end of the day on Thursday. Even if it does what it did last week, you lose 2/3. Yeah, about 2/3. But you don't lose everything, which is tough for a beginner to lose everything, right?
Yeah. I would love to see this. I would love to see some, or at least work on this in the testing to expand it to Friday.
Okay.
Yes, sir. But have groupings, because again, this
Okay.
is long gamma. And I don't, I'd at least like to test it to say the long gamma, if you get a move. I mean, this is basically a Rick, right? A Rick without the shorts to an extent. And I think if you had something like groupings where
when you say
move down, you can test it to see, can I get out of one side? Now, again, you got to be careful because, sometimes it may not work. But again, very often I see in these Thursday, Friday moves with Ricks, you'll get an opportunity. You'll get an opportunity depending on where you put the delta. I mean, I'm talking maybe on a Rick, if you put the deltas near 30, that's a different feel than putting the deltas at 20 or 10. It's not one's better or worse. It's more, the 30 delta is going to be more expensive because you don't need as much room to go versus a 20 or a 10 type strangle or Rick, whatever.
This right here is when you said expand it to Friday, I wasn't sure what you meant. I figured you meant hold it till Friday. This is trading it on Friday, which, like, listen.
I meant, hold it till Friday. Yeah.
Right. But as an aside, whenever I see a test like this, my first thought is, I'm clearly doing the opposite of what this back test is. What this back test is selling Monday's premium on Friday. Or sorry, buying Monday's premium on Friday, which clearly, I mean, we're all over the map here, and I'm gonna rein us back here in a second. But let's see, we got to do this. If we're gonna do this, I'm gonna play around with this concept of actually, I'll put let me put some longs on here, but let's just do a penny. We'll do penny longs. And what this will do is this is a very, very wide condor on the Qs selling Monday on Friday, which a lot of people, there's a whole treatise of, I don't know if I said that word right, treatise of literature on, so this is much better. We're way off the rails here, but point is, on Friday, a lot of people have sold condors for years on Fridays with the Monday risk. What's interesting with this is we might have to refine this concept a little bit, Troy. even selling Monday on Friday, closing on Friday might be worth looking at.
I like the closing on Friday.
Yeah, we're going to come back to that one because maybe there's a beginner back test in here for something like that. But let's go back to the original thesis.
Or one last thing, or on that thought, open
Yeah.
Thursday evening, maybe at 2:30,
Yeah.
and then close it Friday, just because you get that market makers are lowering the volatility as you have
Yes.
more sellers of options.
Okay, are you saying on Thursday open a Monday short or
So on Thursday, just going with your theme, what were you were selling? We were selling Friday, buying Monday, right? Or no,
we were doing both. They were all on Monday. It was
what's
a
the
Monday
latest?
condo.
Well, the latest version was selling or buying Monday.
So this one right here, I'm doing a bad job leading this, guys. We're all over the map. So this one here is simply selling Monday on Friday, but you do the whole thing on Friday. So you're selling premium for Monday on Friday.
Oh yeah, that I would say try Thursday afternoon.
Yeah.
And take it off Friday because
Okay.
you have the ticking down of the volatility. Usually the market makers would start on Thursday morning, depending on the sellers, to lower the volatility.
So we need a whole show on that, I think. Let's go back because that Dan, I think you could cook on that for a while.
That real
Troy-
quick, they're asking me
Troy.
to say nuclear treats or nuclear
Treatise. Am I saying that right? Treatise?
Get some nuclear treaties. Listen, I sold my nuclear treaties Sunday night for a little bit of a profit. But,
Nuclear.
So back to the OG, Troy. How do you feel? Like this isn't something you would want to put in the small count challenge because it's only traded 90 times in however many, a lot. But this idea on Thursday, it shouldn't win as much as it does. And it's just some of these winners get to be huge winners.
yeah. Go to the trade log real quick.
Yes, sir. We're in the trade log.
Yeah. So
And here's when we did it. We did it right between these two dates. So we did it after this one, before this one is when we did it on the show last time.
yeah.
So it had its biggest winner ever right after we did it. If you traded this in the chat, let us know.
Do me a favor.
Variation.
Can you blacklist that day real quick?
Yeah, for sure. So it's 2025 11/20. We can for sure do that.
No, I'm going to talk about why this is unfair to do this in a second.
And I'll run it while you're talking.
We do that all the time. We see bad tests where people are selling premium, and then there's a day where they like stop again for a second, where people are like, that wouldn't happen again, so I'm going to take that day out. Well, we encourage you to not do that, to actually keep the day in. It'll make the test stronger. But we want to be really, really hard on our tests. So I would say with even like a long strangle, take the 900% winner out.
Yeah.
Start there, see how it does. Because a lot of times, especially with long gamma premium stuff, like one or two winners is a lot of times are your profits.
Mm-hmm.
So here's what's interesting. It does certainly hurt it. It does certainly hurt it. It takes that year down to be a negative. And however, the thesis of we've had some crazy Thursdays has still happened. And it begs the question, literally, this is what I call a jalapeno test. Would you put your whole portfolio in this? No.
Mm-hmm.
Not financial advice, but nobody I know would do that. But it's like, would you eat a whole jalapeno? Well, you might say, maybe I would. That you'd be crazy. But maybe put a little bit of jalapeno in your sauerkraut, eggs, bacon mix that you made. Add a little bit of jalapeno. So this allocation 3% is probably way more than most people would trade this at life. The reason it's in here is I'm just being consistent with what we did before is 3%. And in some of these long delta trades that can go very low, there's a whole theory of discussion about what size to backtest in. Suffice to say for this, I'm just doing it to be consistent with what we showed last time, which is something we try to be consistent when you're looking at test over test. So Troy, to answer your question, it definitely It definitely does makes a big difference to 2025 to take out that big loser. And when you look at it, I'm looking at like, here's a big 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, just kind of eyeballing it. Really, 7 of these winners are what make the test what it is. Now, there are certainly other winners in here, but it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's those 7 that make that test.
But that's the world of long gamma, though.
It's
right?
true.
That's right,
I mean,
Dan. That's what I was going to
You
say.
have to take. That's why you take small pot shots. You take small risks
Yeah.
to get the reward. Do me a favor, real quick, just because we talked about small account challenge, and today's a good listen. If you guys are listening right now and you're listening to small account, today's going to be a good show. We're going to do it at 4:15 because I want Matt to be there. So 4:15, and
Yeah, so this graphic is wrong. 415.
we'll change that graphic. But 4:15, and we made some changes to the portfolio. Again, not stopping anything that we said we're going to stop. We're keeping going, but because the SPX, we talked last week about how the SPX put spread was blown out, and so we're going to make some adjustments. There's some guys, some tests that were on the bench that are now making it in, and I feel really good about this portfolio.
Listen,
from a standpoint, at least risk. I'm not saying we'll make any money, but I'm saying from a risk standpoint, I feel very good about this portfolio.
I'm excited. 415 though.
4:15
415 today.
time. But saying that to say, can you go back real quick to this trade?
Of course. Let's head back.
Change the allocation to 5,000 and do 1 lots.
Okay.
To the point about like, I don't know how I'd feel about this small account challenge. Let's see what it does at a 1 lot. And I know blah blah blah. 1 lots can, all the stuff we always talk about 1 lots, but just humor me, Dan, I just want to eat breakfast with you every day. I just want to eat breakfast. We need to try that gas station I was talking about by the house.
Yeah.
So,
All right, here we go, Troy.
okay, so it takes it back up to 0.9. Now do it again without blacking out.
Oh, it's not gonna be bueno. What are we doing? Blacking out. Okay, blackout. Oh, this is blacked out. Sorry. I already blacked it out.
Stop blacking it out.
Okay, so without the blackout date, here we go. Listen, chat, I see you guys in there. Bacon wrapped stuffed jalapenos is one of my air fryer. It's one of my favorite things to make in the air fryer. And I don't know how you guys do them. I do 3 ingredients. I just have cream cheese, buy the biggest jalapeno I find, half, scoop out the innards. It's a whole separate discussion. Cream cheese, bacon wrap, air fryer, boom. I cook it about 3 minutes longer, and it's a little bit more finagling because you got to make sure the bacon's like rotated without the cream cheese falling out. That's my thing. I see the chat. I'm 100% with you guys. Troy, here it is.
Yeah, so I mean, the way I look at this is
That's great.
the data set is small, right? And so, if we had 400 occurrences of a long gamma strategy that won 30% of the time, you go heavy on that one.
Oh,
you go heavy on the allocation. This is just hard because the small data set. 2, from a small account challenge perspective, I'm not saying there is assignment risk to this. There obviously isn't. It's very minimal. There's always,
because we're doing a day. This one we're exiting a day early.
they're always minimal, but I like that part. I mean, from the small account, I like that it's not. There's a good chance you wouldn't do it. So, if we could find something that was similar that had more occurrences, I would be really intrigued by that.
Well, there might be other days than Thursday worth doing because, as Dan mentioned, this is a close sibling to a Rick. It's
Right.
a sibling to a Rick, and there might be a version of this maybe on a different ticker. Maybe Q's not the best. Maybe IWM is a better ticker. I honestly don't know.
But when you went for a small account, you would think just because if on a small account, Troy and Matt, if let's say it's 5,000 or whatever, boy, could you handle 3, 4 in a row with the long strangle? Whereas at least if you
Right.
turn it into 2 verticals like a Rick, you can handle the heat a little better. It's not going to give you that wide you can hit a home run, but can you if you come out of the gate with this trade in a small account and you lose 3 in a row, which could be very probable, right? How many would you give it, Troy, before you kicked it out of the portfolio?
Well, that's part of the problem with the small data set is like, you might look and be like, in 90 times, there's been, 3 or 4, nope, big 5, 6 lose. 8,
wow,
a lot in a row. But here's the thing, that actually doesn't even give me that much confidence because like, run 200 times, would there be 12? So it's hard to know what it would be, and those rules are never perfect. But like Jim Simon says, as soon as you break the rules, the strategy's over. And so, you got to.
This one's lost 11 times in a row.
Yeah, you got to come up with.
You want to keep trading it
on a $5,000 account. That would be challenging.
That would be no bueno.
It's tough. Yeah, but also the reality of it is too, like, this is part of the small account stuff. We'll talk later today about it, but like, I'm doing stuff in there that I don't like to do personally. But the reason for that is I'm trying to show what a broad spectrum of trades looks like. We got short premium, we got long premium, we got all this stuff in between to show, if you're just running that would suck. But like, if you're also doing iron flies, or you're doing ratios DCs, or doing different types of DCs, like, it balances out as the hope smooths out the portfolio a little bit. So,
well, and it's good you bring up a good point, Troy, about a diversified, because it's like, people can say, you'll hear people say, this is a horrible market for range bound trades, whatever. But you say, well, what are you doing? I'm doing one thing. Well, could there be any chance outside of your self-centered world, that something else could be working, right? And so sometimes, like when I put on calendars, sometimes single calendars, I'll put on 2, 3 different durations, because sometimes I'm always thinking, okay, your shorter term calendar should do better, higher theta. But I've seen in the last month, right, with folk, that a 30-day calendar made money quicker than a 15-day. Now, you wouldn't think that, but I think having different durations, different dates, because sometimes dates, there might be a holiday attached to the long, right? Or maybe it's a holiday week, and things work a little bit differently. So I think diversifying strategies, diversifying durations is healthy.
I had regular bacon yesterday. I'm having lamb bacon today.
You diversified.
It's a healthy, balanced diet of different types of bacons feels, appropriate. So
now, do you in the South, is it pretty normal to take that bacon and wrap it around something? Like, is that, like wrap it around
never for breakfast.
What?
Never for breakfast.
Oh, you don't.
But for lunch and dinner, certainly.
Lunch and dinner, you wrap it. Okay.
Oh yeah, lunch and dinner you can wrap it. Listen, I had last week bacon wrapped tuna. Bacon wrapped tuna is great. Bacon wrapped anything really is pretty darn good.
Troy, could you get a representative of the Benton family on a show? What do you think?
He is as old school gets, and that's what I love about him.
Yeah.
I tried to, in a different world.
Sounds like a no.
Sounds like a no.
It'd be a tough sell.
Get a grandkid.
Well, that's the connection. Is I'm good friends with a close family member of his.
Oh, you are? Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, looks like we have a new updated showtime, Matt.
We do have a new updated showtime, 4:15 new showtime for the small account challenge today. Sounds like I'm going to be on it with Troy. We're going to be challenging. It's going to be challenging, folks.
I got a request. I don't know if Matt agrees with that purple shirt. There's a good, I don't know if it's kind of like an early 70s disco or something. There's something with that purple shirt.
It's eye-catching.
I like that. I like that.
The Rusty thinks it's all AI. The reality is,
do you have that shirt?
No, the reality is I have a designer who is very, very good, but also hates me. And that's what that shirt, that's what that design is.
Yeah.
Wow.
Shout out Jay.
Listen, the chat, thank you, is doing some heavy lifting for us. If any bacon producers want to sponsor the show, easy. DMs are open.
Yeah.
And any time we will eat your bacon on the guys. Quick look at the markets. We've done a lot of backtesting talk, a lot of bacon. Silver up 10, gold up 5, copper 3, PGM's up about 5, Brent's barely up.
Matt was born for a commodity show. The first things
I was born to have guests on a commodity.
Let's do a little let's do a quick little market check, retail traders. silver, gold, palladium, oil, hogbacks.
I think Matt would do well.
Big-
Troy, the guy Santelli from the Chicago Board of Trade, who comes
Yes.
outside
The
and
bond
does
man.
he's been doing this for you. Matt would see Matt. He's great. I think he'd be great at that. He could
Oh
give
my
great
gosh.
information.
I'm going to rate the bond. I'm going to rate the SOFR. Let me rate the SOFR today. The SOFR today is 3.68.
Okay. Call
It's
me
an
when
A.
Call me when it's 4. Then we got some.
Yeah.
TNX is 4.3 this morning right now.
Well, listen, 10:30. Fix my back test with Mark Anderson, and we have a
Yes.
special guest today, Mr. Matt. It's going to be joining us. this on
Hopefully, yes.
Yeah, hopefully. So we'll be back in an hour, and then tomorrow Dan and I will be rolling with the wheel.
The wheel for the next week or so.
Unintended. Rolling with it. So all right. Have a great day, everybody. We'll talk to you guys soon.